Hello, it's Marcy Regan, founder and owner of Glory True Colours, and I'm coming in here today to share what I have been going through over the last few weeks and the guidance and my next mission, which I feel some of you are going to be called to be on this journey as well. So ultimately, about 4 weeks ago, I got divine guidance to go into meditation and wait for my next instruction. And what I've really learned about divine feminine empowerment, it's really about going deeper in trust and going deeper in surrender. And I got no guidance, nothing at all for the first 10 days. And as time has gone on, I got more and more clarity, being drip fed what my next mission. So what I have been told and shown, in fact, that there is great damage done to the psyche of women, and there's great damage done to the divine feminine, and we are now being called to work with the ancient divine feminine wisdom and energetic frequency. And this damage to the psyche of women is linked to the wrongdoing that women have done to other women. So any woman who has done a wrongdoing to a woman in any shape or form, or who has criticized, judged, shamed, done any wrongdoing in any way, has caused damage to the psyche of the energetic field. And this really, really is important to heal and repair sooner rather than later, because it's actually affecting, in fact, funnily enough, it's affecting boys. It's affecting our men. And you will find that if you ask children, boys and girls, let's say around between 8 and 10 or 11, around that age group, what are their desires? What do they want to do? The girls will be very clear on what they want to do, but the boys actually, not all of them, but quite a lot of them, will say they don't know. And so this damage to the psyche of the women is actually affecting our men, and this is why it's so, so important to start healing these tears, this damage, this field of consciousness. And what I was shown then and told is that my next role is that I am the voice of the ancient divine feminine. And that I'm here to take a stand for divine feminine leadership. And so this really is about my role in helping women in, women who are to really find the woman within. Okay, so this is about a choice that you have as a woman, where you can choose to be hostage or where you can choose to be free. And ultimately, the big message that I got was that this is about me working on this divine feminine leadership. Now, I see a woman who is a leader. She listens and acts on her truth. She no longer second guesses. She makes decisions from her heart. She listens, she trusts, she does the inner work. She's brave enough to look within, and she also takes personal responsibility. And she's brave, courageous, and she's also very present, right? She's present with what is. She doesn't judge anything being right or wrong. She just sees it as it is. And really, she is willing and wanting and being encouraged to go to the next level of, her next big level, to go to the next level of being more of who she is, stepping into her greatness, stepping into her power. Because ultimately, the other guidance that kind of came through is that we can only go as further as our consciousness allows us. And so therefore, this is why the healing is extremely important. The healing, the inner healing, which is actually going to help to heal the field of the ancient divine feminine consciousness, which is what I have been tasked to work with. Also, this woman, this divine feminine leader, is a woman who acts out of integrity. She's also coming from a place of kindness, and she really embraces and understands what it means to be present and act from a place of purpose rather than taking action for the sake of taking action, being very mindful about who I am, what is my mission, and what is the energy calling me to do, and taking action and making decisions from that place. So there's a great sense of wholeness to this woman who is in her ancient divine feminine leadership. The other thing that I was told was that the other part of the work that I'm here to lead women into is womb man. The word woman is womb man. And this womb is extremely important word because it's really about us acknowledging that we are the creators. We are the creator, and this co-creation that comes with being a woman is really looking at even how a baby grows in our wombs. It's like it's magical. It's tapping into that. I remember myself when I was pregnant that I really felt like a goddess. Like it's really tapping in to that energy of creation where we can create from a place of love amazing experiences, amazing things. We can manifest whatever we want when we fully embody and tap into the expansiveness of this creation and the creator within a woman. And this requires us to be still at times, to be sensitive, to be strong, to be wise, to grow our intuition, to soften, to be lighter, but also to persevere. To sometimes when things are difficult, it doesn't mean that we have to, that's a sign. Like I hear a lot of people saying as well that, oh, it's a sign that, things aren't working out. It's a sign that I shouldn't have done, that I'm not meant to do it. Not necessarily. So it's about really discovering your own inner guide, your own inner truth, which is unique to every single one of us. And being able to see when something isn't working out. Is it for our good? Is it a test? What is that energy? That it's an energy. It's not a right or wrong. It's an energetic field that can rise us up. And what I've realized as well is that for myself, when I went through this whole, I felt I rebirthed. It was extremely uncomfortable. It reminded me, I got the image of, I felt nausea. I had to get up. I had to breathe as this was coming out of me. And I was saying that, I was told, you are the leader of the ancient divine feminine. And it kept on coming in, and I felt ill and I felt nausea. And I remember when I was giving birth to my son, like an hour before he was born, I started getting sick, and the midwives was saying, it's okay, you're nearly there, you're almost there. And I actually really gave birth to the wholeness of myself as this ancient divine feminine leader that I've embodied that frequency, I've embodied that energy. And so there is an honor and enough vulnerability and a power within that. And therefore, this is really about us as women embracing the power of creation as a womb man, okay? Embracing every part of us. And to know that when you can go to the shadow, that actually that's where you're going to find the light, okay? So we really, realistically, I think any of my biggest breakthroughs have all come from discomfort. And so once we start embracing this discomfort, and once we start surrendering deeper into the divine plan and the divine calling, and allowing ourselves to partner with this divinity and the calling that I have now and the calling I have for you is that you rise into the ancient divine feminine. So the difference between divine feminine and the ancient divine feminine, the divine feminine is being in the sea and being up at the top with the waves and seeing what's ahead of you and swimming and feeling, yes, I'm quite comfortable here. But the ancient divine feminine is saying, I'm going to go deep. It's deeping diving into the sea and going to the depths and the expansiveness and discovering more of who you are and just what you're really capable of. And so the reason this is so important and the reason that I am calling on you followers of me for quite a long time is that in order for the ancient divine feminine to be liberated into the psyche of all women and to heal all this imbalance and damage and tears within the psyche of women, is that you are going to be the proxies. You are going to do this for yourself first to enable this to heal the field of divine feminine consciousness. So this is big stuff, but it's very rewarding. And so this is really about going deep into our soul, because it's not sustainable anymore. It's just not sustainable to push, to keep going, to make things happen, to doubt, to criticize another. All of this needs to be healed. And when we do that, we really feel the rise of this energy. I can feel the rise of this energy in my base chakra, and it ripples right up through the trunk of the body, and it opens your heart fully to the infinite source of potentiality and magic and pure divine love and essence. And so the guidance that I have been given is that I'm to do a 3-day event, a 3-day event on really healing and awakening and activating the ancient divine feminine frequency into women, whoever is going to be in that room. And so that event is going to be held in Brussels. This event is a calling. There is no sales page. This is something that I will be talking about over the next few weeks. And it is an invitation to you, heart to heart, fellow woman to fellow woman, who is really ready to embrace all of you, the good, the bad, the ugly, and to heal the shame, the judgment, the wrongdoing, the pain caused on the psyche of women. And when you liberate yourself as a woman, you liberate other women, you liberate your children, you liberate the world. And this is going to enable this new earth to thrive, to really feel the energy of this is enlightenment, this is prosperity, this is abundance, this is fulfillment, this is living from that sense of wholeness. So it's going to be I think it's the 15th, 16th and 17th of April, like I said, in Brussels. And I would love for anybody who resonates with what I'm talking about, because the other aspect that I will be working on is the Magdalene sisters. We'll be do lots of healing around there. We'll be doing lots of healing also for any of the mothers who have been traumatized. Their babies were taken away from them. They felt they didn't have a choice. There was no emotional healing, or support for them. They felt isolated, they felt alone. And we are going to bring women back together into their power, where we support each other, where we help each other and encourage each other to rise in to the next evolutions of our soul's potential and set women free. Like, I'm talking real freedom. And we will also be doing work around the money consciousness, because maybe as well some of those mothers gave up their children because they felt they couldn't afford to keep them. The other aspect is that I'd love to do, because I do as well matrix birth re-imprinting, so I would be doing some healing as well on for those who have been adopted, because there would have also been damage to the adoptee, so those kids who have been adopted, because of the separation, and they would have also have felt the trauma that the mother would have been going through, and the conflict as well of, are they doing the right thing, or even just the conflict of not having a choice. So healing that as well, because, and also honoring and healing the whole cycle of those also who took those children in and rear them as their own. So there's huge work to be done on this. That is one aspect of it, but there's so much other wrongdoing as well done around women being kept down, women not having their own money. There's a whole there are many layers to this, and so it will be channeled. I've already this morning had my Live From Your Power, which is around divine feminine leadership call, and the ancient divine feminine energy came in, and it was incredible. It has the softness, the lightness, but the power and like this awakening energy that literally ripples through your body, and you're like, you just feel this elation. It's an elation of pure divine feminine power. And I feel it's going to remove an awful lot of the restriction and belief systems that are still active around women. And so I'm really excited. I am really nervous. I'm feeling really vulnerable about this task, but I know that I have all the tools, I have all the guides, I have like Lakshmi, Kuan Yin, Divine Mother. They are mainly the three that have been coming in to work with me on this. So if this interests you, you can send an email to support@glowyourtruecolors.com, and we will set up a conversation to explore if this 3-day event is for you, and if you are ready to embrace your ancient divine feminine power and live from that place of liberation, because that was the word that came at the very end of the channel message that I got, was liberation. So thank you for watching. I would love to hear what you think about what's come through for me as a message, if it resonated. And I would definitely love to hear from you if you are ready to be in this room with other feminine, divine feminine leaders like you. Mwah.